No heaven, don't hear me. Is it Tony? It's her birthday. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. You guys know the words from the Spider-Man soundtrack. I'll give way to the wings of the eagle and watch as they all fly away. And many more.
Woo!
You know, because the other one costs $1 million or something to use. Is that still true? It's owned by Warner Brothers or something. Hey, Warner Brothers? Warner Brother, right? What am I? That was not part of the bit. That was not part of tonight. Speaking of birthdays, during the pandemic, I decided to do because the stakes were low. The stakes were low. I decided to do every drug I was asked to do. If people said, "Let's do a drug," I said yes. What was I? No one would, sir. So I did every drug, and to the point where on my birthday last year, and years before, I did acid and mushrooms on the same day. Yeah, I know. It's not advisable because when you do acid and mushrooms on the same day, it's permanent. So watch out. I'm a changed man. I'm changed. I'm different. Yeah. I'm convinced that I heard something fall. Was that my phone? Fucking touch it.
COVID, dude.
Oh my God, is there a cross down there? It's a hazard. Where are you from, Tony? New Zealand. Oh my God. Okay, that's a stone's throw from Australia. You just go across the bridge, the Tasman Bridge. What brings you up here? What do you reckon brings you up here?
This is what we want.
Love.
Oh! He's drunk.
Tony, you know what? Let me ask you something, or let me tell you something rather. Must be nice. Must be nice to find love. Well done. That's true. You just said that it was just a grand topic.
That face was a beat.
Oh my God! Okay, and you are obviously from. Oh, not here either. Okay, what brought you here? And it wasn't love. You know it wasn't love because that brought him here. You can't say the same thing. Unless you were both escaping war. We're refugees. Are you a refugee? No, tell me. That's all right. Have fun. You feel like what? It's like, I gotta get out of Canada. This guy won't stop talking to me. He's got a microphone. Is that a thing that I can take refuge in your country from? Welcome. Amber waves of this guy right here. So, welcome. How long have you been in Canada? You? 4 years. Wow. And have you lived in Toronto this whole time? Well, okay. And have you seen any other? I bet you've seen more of Canada. Kiwis see more of Canada. You came together. Okay. Again, must be nice. Did you live in the States with her before? You both lived in New Zealand. Okay, that's Jacinda Ardern, eh? Isn't she great? You guys got a phone number for me to call? So we can, okay, good. So I can send her emojis. She's great. She's a good leader. I love her. I'm going to talk about leadership. All right, that was just for us. If we got jokes, we're coming back, baby. We're coming back, baby. What did I want to say? Yeah, I did every drug. I did double Pfizer. See, you know what? I'm going to say it. I got double Pfizer. That's the Cadillac. I'm going to brag. I got the Cadillac of immunizations. Get out of here. Get out of here. You can't touch me. Oh, no, you can. You can. But don't. I got double Pfizer. And what's funny to me is that you guys know the stats on Pfizer, how that's the cold one. That's the one that needs to be minus 70 degrees Celsius. Do you guys know this? Why aren't they advertising that? Why isn't that a selling point for the vaccine for people that have hesitancy? I feel like they're missing an opportunity. I feel like Joe Biden could come out and be like, hey, Jack, hey, no more malarkey, man. We're packing up these vaccines. We're selling them in a 6-pack now. And we sell them together, and then on the side, when it gets to minus 70, the mountains turn blue, baby. And every 5, when you get the vaccine, we open it like this. And and it's great, man. You can save lives and friggin' go, buddy. Hey, Joe. Hey, Jack. No, you know what? I love this crowd. You guys don't reward failure. No, that's good. We're working tonight. We're singing for our supper tonight. I'm doing all my pandemic material right away. during the pandemic, it's almost over. It's almost over. During the pandemic, I was watching a lot of news. Anyone else watching a lot of news? Did you become news junkies? I'm just, well, right? CNN or Fox? The gentleman
Shut up,
asks.
Tony.
And one of them might as well be Marvel, right? One of them is Marvel, and the other is, the newspaper. One of them is the ticker tape. What's going on? CNN, don't get me wrong. Like, there's people I don't like. There's people over there that I don't like. But I'm just telling you, saying stuff. But what I mean to say is I've been watching a lot of it all, kind of, just to see what's going on. And at the end of a lot of news hours, this has always been, but they always try to perk you up for those last 5 minutes because the previous hour was so shit. It's so scary, especially during the pandemic. And I noticed there was one week I was watching the news where 3 news stories across different networks and shows, they ended with the same story. They all identified a rash of people, men across Canada, apparently last year, going to long-term care homes and doing the same thing. And what's that thing, you ask? All of them. They got the traditional garb on and they played bagpipes to people who are trapped and dying. And look, this is no laughing matter. Look, I'm not here to say that people in long-term, look, this was a bad situation. People died. It's not good. But bagpipes are a very strong choice of instrument, I think, to play to people who are trapped and lonely. Imagine you were an elderly. It's such shit. I feel bad even. Look, we gotta talk this out, right? I feel bad for the people who woke up that one morning. They're trapped and people dying, and all of them could hear. That's nuts! Is that insane? You're trying to live your golden years?
There's a one lady like.
So, yes. Oh my God, have you seen me do this show before? Tony, people on the news,
One Tony.
they show B-roll of people doing this to music. To me, there's a melody. I suppose there's a beat, technically. But I want those cowards at the CBC to show me the B-roll of people drawing the shutters, closing the doors, putting the pillow on their faces. To me, that's as if, imagine a burning building. Imagine a burning building. There's 3 fire departments there trying to put out the fire. But then some guy shows up on his BMX bike and takes out his devil sticks and he's like, look at my devil sticks. He's doing it to the people in the building. Come on, look, he can do it so well. He can do the one where he keeps the stick up doing that. Do you guys not remember devil sticks? I played really well in Montreal. Devil sticks. It's like 3. Let me explain devil sticks. It's 3 sticks, and you're holding onto 2 of them like drumsticks, and the third one is kind of laying, and you kind of just. Do you guys remember? Do you remember? Oh, okay, you're just being polite. I understand. Okay, I'm doing great. Oh, good. Okay, great. That was, yeah. I'm having a great time. Oh, I'm really having a great time. What's happening to me? I'm going to use a new thing. We give a hard time to people that have one job. Does that make sense? You guys understand what I'm saying? You guys know, we typically say, dude, you had one job, right? Because if somebody does their job bad, and say you witness somebody painting lines on the road and they made a question mark for some reason as one of the lines, dude, you had one job. I think the pandemic has softened me a little bit, softened my heart. I want to go up to that same person and be like, wow, man, you got one job and it pays benefits and a living wage and you don't have to go to 3 other jobs. You don't have to. I lived in Montreal one year and had to have 4 jobs. I worked at, yogurt, a frozen yogurt concern where you should have seen this place. It was like, you go in, you did all the work and you paid us. It was a crazy scam. It was a perfect scam. And people would come in, you weigh in. I remember seeing a rich mother and a rich kid come in, and the mother said to the kid, Aspen, you can put 2 pieces of garbage on your frozen yogurt, and that's it, we're out of here. But Aspen blew it. Aspen put peanuts and almonds on first, and she's like, that's it. And, they made the deal. And the mother said to me, hey, can you tell Aspen, because they had a big fight, they had a row in the place. Like, they had a big fight, and the mother turned to me and said, can you tell Aspen that you're closing so that we can end this? I'm like, look, lady, I don't want your child's first interaction with a black person to be a bad one. Not gonna. That's what I want. That was one of 4 jobs I had, concurrently. Next time I see someone with one job, we gotta lift them up. Wow, you got one job? That's how I want people to say it. That needs work. But you know what? We're having fun here tonight. We're having fun here tonight. Yeah, bless. Yeah. You know when you used to be good at something and you gotta get. This is not like a bike apparently. It's not like riding a bike. I'm on the bike, but I think I'm like free falling off the gangway of an airplane. But I'm on the bike, I'm on it. I'm having a good time. Good. Yeah, this will good. All right, good. One job, I did it. It didn't go great. I used to edit porn. You guys want to hear about that? Because it's old. I don't want to do any. I used to edit pornography. I went to film school in Montreal, and right out of film school, you can, either work at a yogurt shop or edit porn. And one of the 4 jobs I had at the same time. I edited pornography for Pornhub and all that. Yeah, that's right. You probably know somebody that has that's distinct from me. I'll tell you this: I worked hard. That's the worst part of the bit. I worked there for 3 years. And people like to say to me, "Hey, they come up to me, hey, you piece of shit, you work there, you look at this 8 hours a day." This is what they sound like. You work there 8 hours a day. Can you get turned on by sex? And I'd be, look, buddy, if that is your real name. Imagine, I want you all to imagine a teller at a bank. And they're leaving their job at the bank. It's a Friday. It's their bank that they own, I guess. And they lock up the bank and they do that. It's Friday. And the bank is closed. It's their bank. And they're walking down the street and they see $100 on the ground. And they go like this. You know what? It's my weekend. Imagine that guy. No, these people aren't terrified of cash. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah, we're getting there. I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I'm checking the time just to see when I can leave. But I do like it here. I'm enjoying myself. We need nights like this to teach us, like, oh, you ain't shit, nigga. You ain't shit, man. I don't think I'm shit, so it's fine. What did I want to say? So here, why don't I do 2 more and then get out of here? I'll do 2 more. These are fun ones that I really like to do. So friggin', let's see. I like to drink. Who likes to drink? Woo! Oh, hell yeah. I love to drink, man. Oh fuck, I love to I love to drink, buddy. You're gonna give me one? Holy shit, man.
No, that one.
Oh, is that the basil? Is that the basil stuff? Yeah, cream. What's that? Hell yeah, man. I'll take a cream one. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. Hey, salute. Chindan, huh? Chindan. 1,000 years, yeah. Or 100 years. Chindan. Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Thanks so much. I like to drink. I can drink most anything. Thanks, buddy. But I draw the line at Jello shots. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying? Jello shots are crazy to me because they're fucking overrated, aren't they? And it's Jello, and there's no liquor. It feels like there's no. Can you get fucked up? Has anyone gotten fucked up off Jello shots here? Can you imagine somebody who makes 1 Jello shot for themselves? Who's this fucking psycho making 1? It can't be done. You gotta bake it. You gotta make a batch or something. You gotta make a. Imagine if Don Draper mixed himself Jello shots in the middle of the day instead of a Jim Beam. Hang on a minute, Joan. I gotta do chemistry here before we talk about your problem. One of my problems with Jello shots is that it is a party drink, so you have to order a bunch of them, right? And we have a thing in this country, and as well as yours, as well as around the world, where we have to look everybody in the eye when we toast, else it's bad sex or something. Which, by the way, stop! Come on! Sex is bad sometimes. Sometimes it's bad. Not all the time. Sometimes it's bad. But when people come up to me and they're like, "You didn't look at my fucking eyes when we toasted, you piece of shit! I'm coming for you." Just fucking talk to your partner. Talk! Check in! So that's one of my problems with Jello shots as well. But my final problem is that after the whole, you have to wait for everyone to come back from the bathroom before you can do the shot. But once everyone's there, imagine looking at this from without. Imagine looking at this from the outside. Everyone's toasting. It's 10 or more of you. You're doing, oh, it's the shot, it's the shot. But then it's a minute or more of everybody doing this. I saw someone swallow their cup once. Yes! And people put, what am I, an animal? I gotta do that with my... That's so nuts to me. Imagine if Jello shots were the toast drink at a wedding. That would be fun, actually. That I would like, because then you could get up there and be like, hey, Thomas, brother, man, you helped me through gout or whatever. Man, you really freaking saw me through it. Adriana, you found love. So I'm doing these people now. Adriana, Thomas, you found love. You gave my mother that kidney. You got her off drugs. Holy shit. Do I love this couple anymore? Anyway, raise your jello glass. Salute. It kind of guts it, you know? It guts it. Or it gives it more meaning. Okay, let's see what I got here. I said I was going to do two, but I can do one more. I'm going to do one more. Guys, I'm going to do one more, and then I'll get out of here. Because I got to get something for myself now, at this point. You've been great. You've been great. Is he joking? No, he's anytime I get to hold the microphone and say things that I like, it's a blessing. It's great. Okay, so I'm on the apps. I like dating. I like to date. I'm on the apps. Here's the thing that here's what I'd like to do. I'd love for there to be like a round table TED talk. You know what I mean? Where everybody's talking. I want to see a lot of people talking. It's like a TED talk in the round, but I want everybody talking about this. I want to see what people's racialized experiences on these apps are. I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear from the whitest guy. I want to hear from that to the. I want to hear everybody's experience on these apps because it's weird. People are fucked up on them and racist a bit. And as a black person, use my experience, I've noticed that white women, look, I don't discriminate on the apps. I don't discriminate on the apps. Come at me if you think I discriminate. But I've noticed some white women, 3% of them, they do this thing that really makes me mad, where there's a picture of them, I guess, on sabbatical, because they're surrounded by black children, black or brown, and they're doing, hey, look at us on sabbatical, look at us, look at me doing God's work, which is good. They're doing God's work, that's great. But think about it. I have never matched with this person, ever. Think about that. Think about that. Who's that picture for if it's not for me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's virtue signaling of the highest degree, the highest order. If you have a picture like this of you surrounded by black and brown children, one of them's on your shoulders, you're giving them a piggyback ride, you gotta like every brother that likes you on that app. Am I wrong? Anyway, look, I give them a hard time. They probably just don't want to bring their work home with them. You guys, you know what? I had fun. You guys were hard. And maybe I'm not good at this anymore, but I had fun. I'll be back. Thanks so much. Thank you.
One more time for Chris Manafort, everybody. He said you guys were hard, and he was looking right at Tony. That was kind of weird. Tony, are you hard? Are you hard? Not yet. Right? It's still early. It's still early. Guys, I gotta let you in on something. We are actually live streaming this, so make a little noise for our viewers at home right now, watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let them know how much better it is here in person than sitting at your couch. Not silently, though. You gotta. Wish you were here. And also, one more thing. At the beginning of the show, I forgot to click the going live button, so we missed the whole beginning. So we got to do it all over again. Give it up for the birthday boy, Tony. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Tony. All right, now on with the show. Okay, he's all right. How much you paying me? I'm an actor, man. You got to pay for this shit. I'm a member of a union here. You can pay me scales and scale. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday, Tony! Oh, now they're not going to cheer. Now they're not going to cheer. It's his fucking birthday! All right, you guys ready for your next special guest of the night? All right. Your next featured guest, she is the producer and host of Slut Parade, her words, not mine. She's also a writer on Letterkenny, and she's heading to Just for Laughs soon to do stand-up and pitch, where she's pitching a new TV show. So you might see her TV show on TV soon, or wherever you watch TV. I think we all watch it on our phones. You might see her on a phone soon doing a TV show. Please give it up for Allie Pierce, everyone. Allie Pierce.
I don't know what that voice was. Guys, keep it going for Lars. Yay! It's me, Comedy Holly. That's me. Thank you so much for coming to my show. How are you guys? Happy birthday! Oh my god. Are you having fun? Okay. All these people came for you. We're literally doing this. Or you. Yeah, guys, he said it. Cheer louder. So. That's good. Nice. I don't know how to deal with this. It's nice to see your faces. Isn't it nice that we're not wearing masks? So sexy. Oh my god. Nice. I know we have to wear them, but I hate them because it is impossible to tell who's hot and who's not. You know, it's like, how do we know who to be nice to? It's crazy. Yeah, just the eyes. That's it. So wait, are you guys a couple? Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. Yes, I will join. Thank you so much for asking. So how long have you guys been together? 9 years? That's too long. Oh my god! Congratulations, that's amazing. Are you guys married? No, I'm married. Is anyone in your group married? Oh my god, you guys just got married? Congratulations! Give it up! So were you guys all at the wedding? You're like, no, because they're not all my friends. That's incredible! Congrats! Did you guys have a big wedding? 30 people, that's what's up. I just got back. I was in Montreal visiting my family. I was there for a wedding. It was great. Listen, I turned 32 this year, and everybody's like, Ellie, when are you going to get married? And it's like, when I stop getting broken up with. That's like a huge part of it. Yeah, so 9 years. Good job, guys. Yeah, because you do have to be together, right? So it's like a thing. Right before the pandemic, my cousin got married. And he called me a month later, and he was like, I'm getting a divorce. I know. I was like, I haven't even had my next period yet. Are you kidding? And get this, he had a destination wedding. Mm-hmm. I paid $2,000 just to watch a tragedy unfold by the ocean. It was a nightmare. Yeah. And I don't know, you could tell me this. Did you guys mostly get cash gifts? That's like standard, right? I gave him cash. I'm like, it's under 30 days. Do I get a refund? Like, what's the policy? You know what I mean? I feel like I should. I don't know. Well, this is what I'm wondering. Are weddings a pyramid scheme? They are. I knew it. You heard it here first. They are a pyramid scheme because everybody at the top is making a whole bunch of money, right? And then their friends and family are like, I guess I'll invest. And then 6 months later, you're like, what do you mean the company doesn't exist anymore? How do I get a refund? It's like, oh, you don't get a refund. Because one of the founders of the company already put your money into a stripper's pocket. So it's gone. Not a pocket. You guys know what I mean. Yeah. I have to go to 5 weddings this year. It's a lot of money. It is stressful. Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to give anyone cash. I'm going to write everybody a check. And I'm dating it for 2 years after the wedding. So, okay, but some people have registries, which is weird. Like the bride will be like, I know what this is. It's like, I hope so. You picked it. You better know. I'm also in like a phase now in my life where I have friends who are getting divorced too, which I'm like, no divorce parties yet, but that's a good idea. Yeah, that would be a blackout waiting to happen. Yeah. Everyone is getting hooked up. Yeah, a lot of my friends are getting divorced. It's yeah. My friends, and the thing is they're all like dating people again, and I'm like, let everyone have a turn. You know what I mean? Like, just cool it, pump the brake. My friend is divorced and he's dating this new woman and he's like, "Really, I think she's the one." It's like, she's not. Right? She's the second one. So just objectively. But you guys are gonna make it. I feel it, right? You're so cute. You guys are such a hot couple. You guys gonna get married? We can do it right now. I'm inefficient. We're working on it. Do you have a ring? Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. He's like, "You're ruining my birthday." Yeah. You know what? Honestly, weddings not the only place where you get stupid gifts. My ex-boyfriend once, as an apology, brought me not one, not two, 10 bouquets of flowers. Yeah, 10 reminders that everything dies, including our love. What a nightmare. Are you kidding? I was like, why don't you just give me cash? That's what I'm after. You know, I could pay myself back for the weddings. All right, we're moving on. I think that, you know what it is? I think that I still feel like a teenager. So when people get married, I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. You guys are so young. We're like, we're in our 40s. Yeah, I still feel 18, which is like, and thank God I'm not 18 anymore, because if you think I'm annoying now, you should have met me when I discovered tequila. Nightmare. Okay. Thank God you're here, by the way. Just boosting my ego. I learned, I don't know about you guys, I learned a lot about myself during the pandemic. A lot. Like, for example, I'm a feminist. I believe in equality. Unless the bill is over $60, then oh, you're on your own, honey. I'm just a little housewife. Yeah, it's honest. Here's the thing. I have a boyfriend, believe it or not. Hard to believe, I know. He makes more money than I do because he's employed. And what I realized, I was like, oh, you don't have to make the same amount of money as your partner. You just have to be creative, right? Guys, I'm not good at blowjobs because I like them. You know? Good at them because they're my currency. I did pay for dinner, actually. Louder. Okay. My boyfriend's very normal. That's something that was unexpected for me because everyone I've ever dated has been a nightmare. I don't really like dating normal men. Normally, I like to date a guy whose personality I have to like really justify to my friends. You know, like he's actually really cool when you leave the room. I don't know. I think you're just making him nervous about his rap career. Anybody else? Part-time rapper? I have an ex-boyfriend. Anybody else? That was weird. I don't know why I said that. Let's talk about your ex-boyfriend. No, I'm just kidding. They're like on their honeymoon. I'm like, let's dig it up. One time my ex-boyfriend was like, "Allie, how many people have you had sex with?" I was like, "Oh, you want to have a fight? Okay. Yeah, we can do it." I don't, you know, he was like, "Just tell me." I'm like, it's 6 times as many people as I'm ever going to tell you about. Are you kidding? I'm never going to tell you that. I'm not ashamed of my number, by the way, because I absolutely don't know it. So, you don't know, Tanner? Okay, I'm sorry, my memory is really bad. Okay, this is the same ex-boyfriend. This is something he said to me for real. He was like, "Allie, you look your absolute best during sex." Wow. What a terrible compliment. I was like, can you imagine how good I would look if you made me come? That would be insane. That would be crazy. But it's a weird piece of information, right? Because I was like, listen, I want to look good, but I cannot lie around getting flat all day. You know, like I'm busy. I'm not that busy. I could absolutely do it. I won't, but I could. I had a job interview, and I was like, well, I want to look my best. What do I do? Guys, what, you know, do I bring a dildo? Like, that feels inappropriate. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you guys that, yeah, it does depend on the job. That's right. Yes, that's right. I've never used a dildo. I'm just going to tell you guys that because I'm terrified of them. They're not attached to anything. What happens if I let go? I could absorb it, you know? Like, you know. You don't know. Right? There are 4 people here who love that joke. Yeah, it's crazy. I would never use a dildo because obviously my least favorite part of sex is penetration. Like, When women say they love it, they're lying. No, but I like the other stuff, right? Like I like the touching and the kissing and the crying, but I don't, it's because I hate men. I hate you. No, it's not, it's not anyone's fault. But here's the thing, I can't stop dating men. Yes, he is. No, he's absolutely not. He's not allowed, and I think you can understand why. Yeah, he would. Yeah. And also, I don't want to be rude, but I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It's a dildo hat.
I know it is.
But I don't want to make you feel bad on your own. Well, I'll never use it. Famously, we'll never use it. I know, we could do a lot of damage in the room. That was great. I don't know. This is inappropriate. You're a good sport. I totally lost my train of thought. Anyways, listen. I used to do dildos. That's right. It always comes full circle back to dildos. I used to date this guy who was very cheap, and it was whatever. But he would come all over my stomach and then bring me 2 squares of toilet paper. It's like it's not the time to worry about the environment. You know what I mean? Bring the roll. Like you're laughing because you've done it, right? It's like, help! I can't fend for myself. I'm literally glued to the bed. You need to help me. This is hitting close to home. Yeah. But then, it's time to re-up. Are you giving me a beer now? Yes, I do.
This for everybody.
Oh, thank you, guys. Great Lakes Brewery. Thank you very much. Give it up for Great Lakes Brewery. I'll do that. No, but I am from Montreal. Thank you so much for bringing it up. What's worse than not enough toilet paper? A cum towel. Isn't that, hard as rock. Why don't you toss it over and I'll scrape myself clean. That was disgusting, and I said it anyways. Okay. This is the same guy with whom I had a pregnancy scare. And I was like, hey, my period's late. What are we going to do? He was like, oh, don't you worry about it because we are going to smoke weed. You need to relax. And I don't know if it was the unemployment in his voice, but I immediately got my period. My body was like, no. This is not the guy. Sorry, abort mission. So I'll tell you what, we started using condoms after that. Big lesson. He was like, they don't feel as good. I was like, yeah, obviously. And guess what? They don't look good either, okay? It looks like I'm being haunted by the ghost of your dick. No thanks. Bye. Also, this is something you guys don't need to know, and I'm going to say it anyways. I had a really bad yeast infection last year. Awful. I went to go see a naturopath. She goes, Allie, stop using condoms, don't wear underwear. I was like, did my boyfriend hire you? What's going on here? The jig is up. Okay. My boyfriend and I moved in together during the pandemic. So that was really, because we were spending a lot of time together. And then, so I'm like, how do we keep things spicy? Now we role play. That's like our thing. We like to role play that I have a job. That's his #1 fantasy. I was like, well, what if I plan a threesome? He's like, what if you plan for retirement? Yeah, I was like, you really don't want me to bring another girl here? He's like, not unless she's a financial advisor. So he's not as kinky as I am. I would have a threesome with him, but I'm very jealous. Like, I'm like, I want to experience this with you. I just don't want you to experience it. Right? Okay. Are we having a threesome? Maybe. Did you hear that? Maybe. It's time for me to go here. This is something that was so bizarre when we were at the beginning of the pandemic. My boyfriend and I went and stayed at his parents' house. It was like his childhood home, childhood bedroom. So it was like there was like posters on the walls from when he was. Yeah, it's like time capsule in like the worst possible way. And there was a poster of R. Kelly on the wall. Oh. I know. It was like I tried to take it down at 1.5, which feels on brand. Here's the weird part. Next to a photo of him as a toddler. I was like, I don't know. You're ruining my punchline. But honestly, I was like, what do I look at when we have sex? You know, a picture of a known pervert or R. Kelly. Like, that is the question. It's unfortunately it's time for me to go, but I am going to say one more joke before I go, because you guys are so fun, and also happy birthday again. Thank you for Okay, I'll do it. I've never done this before. Happy birthday. Guys, give it up for Tony. This is ice cold. Okay. I'm 32. I don't know my body at all, which feels crazy. Like, I don't even really know where I came from. Right? Like, I know I have 3 holes, but it's like, where are they? Where are they? There's the hole that I pee from. I know that. I don't know where it is. I know. And then obviously the hole that I have sex with. And my vagina. So it's like, what is going on? All right, you guys have been really so much fun. My name is Allie Pierce. Thank you so much.
Allie Pierce, everybody. Allie Pierce. Keep going for Allie Pierce. What has happened to Goofy here? What the fuck? What'd you do to him? How many beers did you give him? Guys, got a little preloaded. All right, let's tuck him away. We have a very special treat. We have 4 pro comedians booked for you tonight. And right now we have a bonus comedian. And this has never happened. This is what happened. I'm going to explain it to you. Sabrina Douglas, who you're going to see later, her dad gave her a ride here. And then her dad was like, if I'm going to give you a ride here, I want some goddamn stage time. He demanded stage time. He threatened to pull her allowance. Please give it up for Al Douglas doing a guest spot. Come on down, Al. Louder, or he'll ground you all. He's going to ground every one of you. You're grounded and you're grounded. Al Douglas, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, good night. Now, I have a lot of excuses. One is single moment. The other one is COVID moment. But the big one is the fuck moment.
Al.
When I turn my hand on the backwards.
Al, we need your mic. They want to hear you back there. There you go.
When I turn my
There you
hand
go.
all the way backwards and went to other. And I was in a rush. And it was. What the fuck moment? Okay, so down in Jamaica, just came back, and everything is patting down really tight down there. So it was a long weekend, and Monday evening we went out, and everyone had forgotten about the homeless. And the homeless man said, wife,
Okay.
3 days, and all I ate were stones. And I said, that must be rough on the teeth, on the digestion. And maybe for a year you won't shit. And he said, they treat us worse than shit. And I said, a helping of butter should have been given. And he said, don't I have a father? And I said, clones don't have fathers. And he said, then am I not entitled to the vaccine? And I said, yes, when it has expired and you have to drink it. So, they are social distancing. And for us, nothing new. Remember, get to the back of the bus. Stay in your neighborhood and leave them white chicks alone. And I said, first, you leave Whoopi Goldberg alone. And I know that $60 million turned any ugly duckling into a ravishing beauty and give white men cataract. And when I say this, I see through their heads. Because when I say, look at that ugly mug, they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And then I have to tell them the truth. $60 million make you blind like that. And put a leash on that bitch. So, I'm having a serious moment at the moment. So, I'm telling you about my cousin Ron. He said to me, he said, Al, we are black men and we should pray to black gods. And years I prayed and he did shit. So I went in one night and ripped him down and put up my grandparents' God, white God. And I prayed to his heart. And I said, Whitey, please let me have one of those BMWs. Like cousin Randy don't feel that. And I want to big ass him up front and leather. And the sound to drive me nuts. So my wife went to work the next day. And I was home because, there's not busy for me. So I was home smoking a big and making my own tea. And the voice said, look in the driveway. And I waved aside. And the voice said, stupid, look in the driveway. And when I looked, there was my big ass BMW. All types of cars and leather. And I rushed to the side door and I gasped and swallowed that big head. And when I turned that into, I had to pray to Whitey. I said, thank you, Whitey, for what you have done for me and my cousin, Ron Dope Dealer. And I said, while I'm talking to you, please give me a case of white champagne and $1,000 to buy gas and 100 pounds of beef from your little stash. And I drove through the day and I know said people must have been at this speech. And then I lay down on each of fire and the police went back. And I prayed, God, remember the ownership and the insurance. So I went back to the driveway and I was elated. And I took the manuals and the ownership and insurance. And I screamed. I said, God, you're a lousy son of a bitch. What could you have given my neighbors, my car? And then I remembered my name. I forget to give you my fucking name.
Oh!
So, we have this COVID kid, and in Washington, Donald Trump could get rid of the swamp. And then COVID showed up, and the bank and Jared tested positive. And for the first time since 1773, Donald Trump, instead of tea in Boston Harbor, Donald Trump threw the bank and Jared. And for the first time since 1789, Washington emptied, excepting for Mitch McConnell. He's still in the Senate, and he's still like a picture of Obama. And he's saying, no, you son of a bitch. And then he took a roll of paper, lined the images of Donald Trump's face, and went off the White House. In Florida, Governor DeSantis said, close down the non-essential businesses. And the Rock, AK, Dwayne Johnson said, thanks Mr. DeSantis for thanks for leaving the WWE and the churches them home. And in Toronto, Mr. Ford said, close all the non-essential businesses, especially them churches. And I say, thanks Mr. Ford for leaving the red light district open. And thanks Mr. Trudeau for giving me 600 bucks to wipe the light. And thanks to my wife, I will now take it and give it to my favorite charity. And thanks to my wife, I will deliver to my favorite recipients. And my wife said, as long as you bring the tax receipt. And I said, yeah, I'm giving it to the homeless. And my wife said, no, I will give it to my favorite charity. And I said, no, I'm good. And my wife said, okay, I will go with you and give it to your favorite charity. And I said, dear, why do you want to give away our money like that? So, I have taken vaccine, and I noticed that every time I smoke, I have this uncanny understanding of the theories left behind by our scientists. What do they say about the black hole? If you, nothing light can escape from a black hole. And if you enter, you'll be stretched to infinity. Infinite bullshit. When I was born, I escaped a black hole. I measure 6 feet. My daddy, he enters and escapes many black holes. When he died, he measured 5'7" when Ma buried his arse. Oh, Ma buried his arse? There's no escaping a black hole. Okay, I'm happy to another sinner's moment.
Al Douglas, everybody. Al Douglas. Make way, make way. He will be selling genuine Jamaican weed in the back of the room. We're all taking a cut. Get some, birthday boy. He's got the best stuff in the house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the father, and he's very soft-spoken. Your next comedian, his daughter, not soft-spoken at all. We might even need to turn the mic down for this. Please make some noise. She's been to JFL 42, Slow Comedy Festival. She's a regular at the Nubian Disciples down at Yuck Yucks that Kenny Robinson hosts. Give it up for Sabrina Douglas.
Oh, give it up for my dad, you guys. That was his second set. He's loud, okay? He is loud, okay? I got told off many times when I was a kid, and my dad is loud. It's all good. It's all good. Like 99% of my set is about my dad, so now it's weird that he's here watching my set. Dad! I tried to light him. I'm like, don't. I remember the meetings. I remember. Cool. Happy birthday, sir. And who got married? You pointed to 4 people. We all did. We all did. Oh, you too? Oh, so you guys just decided to celebrate in an alley? That's cool. You know, you guys are cheap. That's nice. Keep it cheap. Keep it simple. Keep it cheap. My birthday, I got married. That's an alley party. That's something we do. Back in an alley. What was your idea? Cool. Blame you. All right. Anyways, moving along. It was my birthday. Yeah. Celebrate my birthday. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, so that's cool. But this is my birthday. I hate telling people my birthday. I was born, check it out, July 7th, 1977. The worst. No, I know. It's the worst. Every time creditors call, they're like, "Oh, when's your birthday?" Trying to verify my birthday, and I'm like 7777. They're like, "Oh, you're lucky." I'm like, "Am I? Am I? Why are you reporting me to the credit agency then? Why are you giving me bills? Why are you giving me bills?" So annoying. And this traumatized me. Okay, when I was a kid, my dad used to lecture me every week. He'd come in my room and be like, "You were born the 7th month, the 7th day of 77, and you're lucky, and you're gonna pick a lottery numbers. How are we gonna win? What is the lucky number?" And I'm like, "What? I don't know." He's like, "You know what? You mean you refuse to help us? We said change your shitty diaper. We feed you. Why you want the family to suffer? Why you want the family to suffer?" You guys are laughing because my dad's there. You guys scared of him? He's gonna beat us. Yo, I didn't realize how traumatized I was until I was pulled over by the police. Okay, I was pulled over by the police one time, and they're like, "When's your birthday?" That's all the police talking Brampton. And I'm like 777. I'm not lucky. I always tell people that. And he's like, "You're lucky. I want to give you a ticket right now, but now I'm not saying you're lucky." And I'm like, "I'm lucky." I just cried. You know, the abuse. But then he let me go. I learned that cops are scared when black women cry. I just cry that shit. Right? One time I was like, "My babies!" And he's like, "Go home to your babies." I'm like, "It worked. It worked." I'm a nurse. Oh my god! Anybody? No? Oh.
I'm just cheering.
The one black girl, she like, "Me too, sister. Me too." No, you're not. Oh yeah, no one wants to be a nurse. It's the worst. Okay, nursing sucks. I hate it. People are like, "Hero, 5% off Hero." I'm like, what is that? That's not a Hero discount. I need shit for free. Okay, tell me about Hero. 1 coffee a day. That's what they do in the hospital. "Where's your ID, Hero? Where's your ID?" "No, you get coffee, not a latte." Like, it's not a Hero deal. Yo, it sucks. It sucks because I got kids too. Anybody kids? What? Anybody? Am I the only mother in an alley? Who does that? I'm like, "Oh my god, where's your kid?" They're in the car where they should be. Yo, I got kids. You guys. Oh, are we planning? This guy's like, "Hell no." He's like, "Hell no. If you gonna turn like that, black lady, I am out of here." My voice just got so deep for no reason. Yo, it sucks. People are always asking me for help. I didn't realize, I probably should have become a nurse, or like I should have chosen one or the other. It's just too much. Like, I'm at work. Oh, people are like, "Water, juice, Tylenol, what?" I shit my pants. I'm like, "Oh!" And I'm like, "Come on, break." And then I come home. The kids are like, "Water, juice, Tylenol, I shit my pants." I'm like, "Oh, give me another break. Push down, leave me alone." You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know why I'm living now. I talk to my kids. It's the worst, man. And like, I didn't realize, like, it desensitizes you. You become like, your job is caring, and then you gotta go home and like care for your own family. Like, it's totally, and this is bad. Like, this is bad. Okay. So I came home one time from a night shift. Like, you know how it is. You come home from work, you just want to chill, take a shower, watch TV. You don't want nobody to bother you. You know what I mean? And I came home. I still have my uniform on, and then my husband greets me at the door. He's like clutching his chest. He's like, "Oh my god, I think I'm having a heart attack. We gotta go back to the hospital." I'm like, "Oh my god, I just came from there. I don't want to go back. I'm not even get paid for this shit." And plus, I know those nurses. They're gonna harass me. No. I'm like trying to find like a stupid excuse. I'm like, "Did you try going back in the backyard and breathing the trees? There's oxygen there. It'll make you like just stick rash in your nose holes. It's fine." I'm like, "I just want to sleep." But the paramedics totally understand. They're like, "Oh my god, you're a nurse in the hospital. You just came from there. That's the worst. You gotta go back." And I'm like, "I know." And then we went to the hospital. The nurse was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? We're getting paid overtime. What are you getting? I'm like, no. They're like, are you working? I'm like, no. They're like, you're working. I'm like, ah. And they're like, what's happening? And I'm like, my husband, he's having a heart attack. They're like, what? Where's your husband? And then me and paramedics looked at each other and we're like, oh shit, we left him at home where he belongs. That's fine. That's crazy. It's so funny. People think they marry nurses and they think we care. It's like, only if I'm working and I'm on shift. Okay. Get sick when I'm working. If I'm not, then it's like, deal with it. You're so like, but yo, I've been a nurse for 19 years. Oh my God. No. Yo, at the beginning of my nursing career, I'm like, I'm gonna take care of all those people. And I went into nursing. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's so weird. And then I worked in a nursing home. And back then, 19 years ago, it was like old, like honest. No, well, I did work in a Dutch nursing home. So obviously old white people. Obviously everybody's old and white. And it's like racism is still alive but dying at the same time. It's just so white people like, like what? So cute when it's not. Yo, no, it's good. It's all good. Yo, I gotta go to work later. Yeah. I used to do waiting rooms and then like go work in the nursing home. It was crazy because I get really bad contact high. And I go in the nursing home and look at an old lady and like, those wrinkles say so much on your face. They're like, you're listening to our stories. You love us. And I'm like, no, I'm high. No. They're like, why are you talking like that? I'm like, yo, one time I took care of a lady who was 114 years old. It's crazy when you're that old. It's like, they're sleeping and it's like, are you sleeping or are you dying? Because I have to go on break. I'm like, oh, not tonight. Like, it's weird in the nursing home. Like, if people want to die in the nursing home. They're like, I had enough. Like, I just try and be cheery. I'm like, good morning, I'm your nurse. They're like, I just want to die. And then another old guy, like, chirps in. He's like, take me with you. I'm like, no, this is not that kind of shit. We are all living. Yo, I just turn up all their oxygen, like, shh. I'm like, getting high from the oxygen. I'm like, we're gonna die. I'm like, wait till 7:30 when I leave. And you can do whatever you want, okay? You were fine. We were not dying. It's weird working in the nursing home. Like, I work night shifts. It's so weird. And, like, you know, I got to walk in to the rooms with flashlights, make sure people are still alive. That's what we do. We just make sure they're still alive. It's like, it's so weird. Like, one time I walked in this one, and old white ladies are creepy, no offense. Like, I don't know, they always wear buns and white buns in the day, and then it, like, they take it out, and it's all like, ah! It's like, I did not like Poltergeist, and I don't like you. Stop that. And then I walk with it, and they have the white, like, you know, the cataracts and shit, and they're just like, oh, like, looking into it. Is that the light? I'm like, no. I'm the nurse, remember the nigga? Remember the nigga? Remember the nigga? And it's like, oh. Like, just so the I'm just like always catching, like, you understand, when there's a full moon, there's always at least 2 dudes streaking naked. There's always old dudes streaking naked. They're having the time of their lives. They're like, oh, it's like, oh. But then, like, yo, you understand, I learned so much in the nursing home about, like, testicles. When they get old and shit, they start hanging so low. Like, you think they're having fun, oh, but the testicles are they're so, yo, that's stretchy. It's so, you know what I'm saying? Like, many times I changed an old dude's diaper and I thought it was shit. I was just like, oh my God. Hey, is this yours? Calm back, calm down. This is, oh. Calm down, I'll put it back. You call me a nigga again, then maybe I'm gonna have to walk around the nursing home free now. It's weird, man. Nursing home's fun though. You know what I mean? It's different in a nursing home than a hospital because in the nursing home you kind of got to do the things that they used to do. Like if they take a shot of like liquor at night, you gotta give it to them. It's not like a hospital thing. You're just like, whatever, you're gonna die anyways. Here's a shot of sherry. Like it's weird. And then some of them wait for you. I don't know. But like one night, I took care of a guy on medical marijuana. That man, he had a whole box of weed. That was amazing. I had to roll splits all night. I was like, making them super big. Oh my god, blow in my face. I'm like, this is legal. I'm like taking all the shifts while that guy was alive. I'm like, I work every day. Where's his box of weed? But like, it was the worst. Like the nurses that I work with, you know, they're all like those perfect white nurses. And they always looked at his weed, like the box. They'd open it up, and they're like, "How do you administer this medication?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I gotta teach them. This is gonna be so much racism in this demonstration that I'm about to perform." And I'm like, I don't normally know how to do this. This works better with black music. Works better with a little bit of like puff puff pass ladies. Puff puff. Yo, that's weird, man. Yo, I don't know what I'm saying. Yo, I got kids, like I said. Oh my god, you guys, you know what I know about having kids? I have 5. You're like, no, yo, I loved maternity leave. I was like, yo, 1 year off, and then after this, I'm like, yo, this is too much. They keep on piling up. Yo, okay, but I love it when they're 6 though. That's the best age for me. That's when their teeth start falling out. They're so adorable. They have no clue what's going on. You can mess with them a little bit. They're not gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I remember my son pulled out his first tooth, all confused. He was just like, "Oh my god!" And I feel like as a mother right away, I'm supposed to tell him what's going on, but forget that. I'm like, "You're falling apart." He's like, "No, your arms are next. Don't pick up your door." So cute when they're scared. My daughter asked me what a period was. I thought it was too soon. She was only 6. I'm like, come on. So I just told her a story. You know, I didn't lie to her. I just told her like a little cute story. I'm like, as the days go on, your body fills up with so much stuff. And then at the end of the month, everything comes out. Which I thought was enough, but then she's like, what comes out, Mommy? I'm like, oh no. What am I gonna say? I was like, butterflies and fairies. Yeah! She was all excited. I'm like, oh my god. It's not good. Like, she gets older, you know. I'm like, yo, should I tell her the truth? When do I tell her the truth? Like, what if I don't say anything? I'll forget. Like, she's in the bathroom when she gets older. She'd be like, oh, thought you know everything was butterflies and fairies. I'd have to be like, oh, you killed them all. What did you do? You're not supposed to keep them in that long. Let's go bury some of the bitch. That's gross. I'm sorry. You guys aren't eating. Who cares? Relax. Anyways, I think that's my time. Anyways, thank you guys so
Sabrina Douglas, everyone. Yeah, lighting it up. All right. You guys ready for your final act of the night? Yeah. All right, let me tell you a couple things about this guy. He's one of the original members of Comedy Records. He also is a Juno nominee. A Juno, Tony. A Juno. A Juno. A Juno. A Juno, not a Tony. He's a Juno. He's a Juno Award. You're Tony. He was not nominated for a Tony. That's you. He was nominated for a Juno. And the best thing about this guy, he once looked me dead in the eyes and he said, bro, you give me mushrooms anytime. Doesn't matter what's going on. You walk up to me, give me mushrooms. I'll do those mushrooms on the spot. Please give it up for Mushrooms on the Spot, Monty Scott, everybody. Monty Scott.
Let's hear it for Lawrence Gossington, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do Mushrooms on the Spot. It's been a lot of weird job interviews and shit. One time I went for parole. Not parole, probation. You know, I wasn't recently incarcerated, but I was on probation. You know, I found weird about being on probation. I don't know if you guys have been any troubles with the law. My probation officer was African dude. Doesn't know much, but he had like an African accent. And he was like, every time I saw him, have you been smoking crack cocaine? And I'm like, no, man. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then I leave, come back in a month or, I don't know, 6 weeks or some shit. They don't want to give me too long a rope. Who knows what I'll do? 6 weeks later, come back. Have you been smoking crack cocaine? No, man. I'm cool. Third time I go back, same question. Have you been smoking crack cocaine? I was like, you know, I was arrested for stealing stereos. Not arrested for any drug offense. You didn't even ask me if I'm still stealing stereos. Your car could be missing a stereo right now. I still would have not smoked crack cocaine. But I've got your stereo. It's just an odd question. I was just like, you know, are you aware of what I was charged with? Or what the fuck is even going on? I was nominated for a Juno shortly after that probation. Yeah, well, no, it wasn't shortly. It was 25 years later. But yeah. That's the one thing I told him. Like, listen, I will not smoke crack cocaine, and I will be nominated for a Juno. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess. Stereos never came up. So I got nominated for a Juno March of last year. Well, I guess it was, I don't know, I was nominated, February or something. So you got like a lot of time to stew. So I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I wasn't expecting to be nominated. So it's kind of like, fuck, I mean, what's going to happen? You know, like, I'm like, I could win. I'm like, that would be, what a trip that would be. And then you're like, well, you know, naturally there's 5 people nominated. So you only got a 20% chance that like you could lose, right? I'm like, yeah, sure, I could lose. So I'm just like trying to come to emotional terms with it, you know, like, okay, could win, could lose. And I'm going to the Junos and I'm like, look, like, obviously you can tell even by my starting story, I'm a bit of a fucking lunatic. And so I was just like, all right, just either way, win or lose, don't cause a fiasco at the Junos. Because who knows, I could win, fucking go mental, flip a table, start running around, or lose, I can attack the winner, or who knows what I can do. I don't know, you know, I don't like to delve too far into my head. I don't want to go in there. So I'm just like, all right, bro, either way, let's try to go the gracious route, you know? Either way. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready for this. Let's see what happens. I'm ready to lose. I'm ready to win. I'm okay. Then they canceled the fucking Junos. They hadn't canceled the Junos since the war. They didn't even cancel the Junos in the War of 1812, for Christ's sake. The Junos, you know what? They canceled the NBA on the Wednesday. I was doing a show, and I was like, I was about to leave for the Junos. And they canceled the NBA, and I was like, whoa, shit's getting serious. You know, I think a lot of people were like, wow, it's getting serious. And in my own head, I was like, yeah, but they're not going to cancel the Junos. Somehow, in my head, I thought the Junos were impervious to even the NBA. They're like, yeah, the Junos are more powerful than the NBA. Sure, I've like never thought of the Junos before in my life, but like, there's nothing more powerful than the Junos now. I couldn't be more on board. Surely the Junos will continue no matter what. So my girlfriend and I were going to go to the Junos, but instead she went to Calgary. She took flight straight through because she was going to stop in Saskatoon. And so I dropped her off at the airport. Now it's just Saturday night. Supposed to be the Junos. I got a box of wine. I'm in a basement apartment alone. Girlfriend gone to Calgary. And I was just like, and don't get me wrong, drinking a box of wine in a basement apartment alone doesn't throw me off. But I was just like, drinking, started into the box, and I was like, I was supposed to be at the fucking Junos. Really hit home. But I tell you, yeah, no, it was okay. I lived through it. You know what? I also would have to say is that either way, I didn't cause a fiasco at the Junos. So exactly, yeah. Because listen, box of wine in. Who cares what I do with this apartment? I didn't fuck up the Junos. They got fucked up on their own. I left it alone. So I got the AstraZeneca. You guys, anyone get the AstraZeneca? Did they give it? You're a New Zealander, but you live here. Is it the same rules for you, or so you abide by Canadian rules, or do you go by New Zealand rules? Or are you Canadian rules? Because when in Canada, yeah. If I go to New Zealand, I gotta play their game. What the hell? I'll be like, listen, I'm nominated for the Junos. They're like, we don't even understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, like, well, I'll take it from more than one person, though. I won't just be like, all right, sheep, sure. I gotta listen. When in Rome, and like, bro, you shouldn't have fucked that sheep. I'm like, god damn it. And to top it off, at the Junos. Why did you have the Junos in New Zealand this year? Why did I get snaked into fucking that sheep in front of everyone? That was ridiculous. So, you got vaccinated here, did you, or did you not? Or
Yeah.
what? Oh, I got you. So I got, I guess because I'm from Scarborough, I gravitated to the ghetto vaccine. I was like, yeah, give me the ghetto one. I don't give a goddamn. Actually, I prefer if I just went into a Sri Lankan restaurant, ordered a mutton roll, and be like, what do you guys got? Just shoot me up with the vaccine you guys got. I'm sure the Sri Lankans have been working on a vaccine too. The Sri Lankans do everything on the side to half price. I guarantee you we could put a man on the moon for like $7,500 with the Sri Lankans. Like, give him a bag of cash, maybe 12,000. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where we're talking. I'd start 7,500, but like, listen, can we put a guy on the moon? And they'll talk. Sri Lankans are my favorite people on earth because they're the only people I've ever known to learn a language partially, and then have the temerity to speak it at double the speed of regular. I'm like, so you barely even know this thing, but you're right, like a train, like a high-speed train, these guys are. I love them. They're the fucking absolute best. And for $7,500, they'll put you on the moon. I'm guesstimating, but I'm telling you, listen, talk to them. Don't talk to them. See, like, I don't know if you guys ever ordered Sri Lankan food. Like I say, I'm Scarborough, and Sri Lankans kind of came in after I was kind of in school or whatever. Although we didn't go to food school, it was, So I started like dabbling with their food, and like at first it took a while because no one speaks English. And you walk in, and basically it looks like a buffet at the Star Wars bar. What that bar in the first Star Wars, it looks like that they're serving all you can eat. There's a blue one. There's fucking yellow things. There's fucking something's like it's an animal, but you don't know what the fuck. This seems to be seafaring animal. I don't even, And you're like, what the fuck? And then you never know what the hell's going on. This one place, Babu in Scarborough, is like, I don't know if it's the same in the pandemic, but I would estimate it's like a storefront, like, not that much bigger than here. You kind of walk in, and in the back, I would estimate 45 Sri Lankan guys. Just milling around, talking Sri Lankan, don't even know what the fuck's... I'm thinking possibly it's part of the Sri Lankan embassy. They're just like, how about we put a restaurant in front? We don't give a fuck. Babu, we're trying to sell some shit. But like sometimes you're like, okay. So you get like an idea. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with the rice. And then one time I changed the rice. I'm like, how about I get like that like brown rice there? They're like, okay. And then the whole order changed. The algorithm changed because sometimes you're like, okay, and that's $3. I'm like, that's like 5 pounds of food, but thank you. I'm on my way up. This time they're like brown. They're like, then a whole bunch of other things happen. An egg on top, and they're like, it's $8 now. I'm like, all right, bro, I don't know what algorithm I changed, but fuck, there you are. That's what happens. You're just like, all right, well, I guess still good. But you just, so what I'm saying is if you're going to space with the Sri Lankans, don't change anything because you be like, you think it's a little thing. You'll be like, you know what, can I have the brown rice? Now you're going to Mars, bro. Now you're going to Mars. I'm like, I only got an egg roll, but like, don't matter. Now it's fucking Pluto. Like, you don't know. It's the butterfly effect, but just everything. Everything all the time. Or is that butterfly effect, I guess? So I got this AstraZeneca. And I was like, one time I said I got the AstraZeneca, like just starting out doing stand-up now in the pandemic. And I guess it was like everyone had just kind of got out of their houses or whatever. And I swear to God, full-on booze. They're like, boo! As if I had, first of all, made AstraZeneca. You would think I was fucking just came out of the lab and been like, yeah, I made AstraZeneca. I'm sorry, everybody. Apparently, there's some glitches in the AstraZeneca. I took the fucking AstraZeneca. I was sick for like, I would say I've been sicker, but I couldn't roll over. I couldn't roll over 36 hours. I was like, I couldn't roll over if a truck was coming at me, but I was like, my girlfriend was asking if I could roll over, but I can't roll over. Fucking done. I'm literally lying on this side. I mean, like, if I were tanning, if I was left outside, I would have just burnt the front or the back. I would not have been able to change. So I was like, and then they're like, oh yeah, because the AstraZeneca, you don't know, it's not the mRNA vaccine. It's the actual, it's the old school vaccine where it's like, like a bit of the virus. So it's the virus that got you all sick or whatever. And I was like, okay, I mean, sure. But I mean, I don't remember like every other vaccine we ever had this shit. I don't remember getting like 10% polio. I'm getting like, oh, listen, you're gonna feel the smallpox. You're gonna feel them. You will definitely feel smallpox. But then you'll be okay. You won't roll over. It'll be about 36 hours. Like, Jesus Christ. By the time I was done with that, I was like, I don't know if I can recommend this. It's hard for me to look you. You're like, hey, should I take AstraZeneca? It would be hard for me to look you in the eyes and say yes. Being that sick. Then I got the Pfizer. And, that was okay. I'm lined up for the Moderna. Getting that in a couple weeks. Then I think I'm going Sputnik as well. I'm going to go full Captain America on this shit. Because also, I love the funniest thing for me is like anti-vax kind of vibe was like, listen, I mean, who fucking cares? To tell you the truth. What's that? The Bahamas? Why do they care? Okay, really? Yeah. Well, fuck, I didn't. Well, like personally, yeah, that was baffling exchange. Do I want a beer? Oh no, I'm okay. But thanks, bro. Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I understood that. I didn't understand the Bahamas part. I was just kind of like, I'm deer in headlights, and then I was like, okay, but then you smooth it over with a beer. It's like, is that the New Zealand way? You're like, listen, I'm gonna say something fucked, and then I'm gonna offer him a beer, and everything's gonna be cool. What a fucking beautiful land. That's why they filmed the Lord of the Rings there. You're like, listen, the Hobbit's gonna love this. You're gonna say something fucking nuts, and then they're just gonna look at you, and you're gonna look at them, and then just give them a beer, and then everything's cool. I'd be similar. Tell you the truth, if I complained about the AstraZeneca, I'd be like, listen, that made me sick as a fucking dog. And they're like, you want a beer? I'm like, you know what? These AstraZeneca fucking guys, they're all right. Like, they're New Zealand styles. They're different. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm unwell, but I mean, you gave me a beer. Fuck, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, what's the big fucking deal? But that's what I'm saying is like, well, it's always that thought. Like, most of the people I know take like Cialis and shit like that are all like young kids, like working with a bunch of comics is always like young kids, and I was like, these guys are just jacked up on fucking Cialis all the fucking time. And I was like, well, it seems like you, and then they're like, you want some Cialis or whatever. It's like, I guess because of my age or whatever, I'm kind of defensive. I'm like, oh, I don't need that shit. I don't need it. And then I started thinking about it, I was like, I don't need it. Well, like, I didn't need to snort that cat tranquilizer neither. But I did. Why would I draw the line at hard dick? Why would that be my fucking line? Because no matter what happens to you, it'd be like, it'd be better if your dick was hard, no? Everybody would prefer that in general. Just seems, that's what I mean about vaccines. It was like, listen, I don't know what's in it. I'm like, but then again, I don't care. If somebody just had a needle, I'm like, I wasn't asking, just put it in. See where this fucking goes, you know what I mean? You're like, listen, that was a weird one, but here's a beer. You know what? One of the most disturbing things I found about this whole pandemic is that I don't know if it's true in New Zealand, but my fellow countrymen seem to have no fucking idea. Nobody in this country seems to have any idea what 2 meters is. We've been on the fucking metric system for like 50 years. 2 meters? They're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a carpenter. I don't really understand 2 meters. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I don't know meters. It's like, okay, how about, we'll just break it down further, but like 6 feet. Still not following you. Not following you at all. I'm like, can you break it down any further than that? I saw, like, when the pandemic first started, I swear to God, I don't know if it was Loblaws, it was a grocery store, I think. I guess they were trying to talk to people in their language, whatever the fuck that language is. These people were like, 2 meters is like 2 geese with their wings outstretched is approximately 2 meters. In, like, literally pictures of geese, 2 meters. I was like, who the fuck is using geese as their primary measurement? Canadian, just fucking waterfowl people. We love it. Like, we can't. Has anyone ever walked into a place and been like, Jesus, this is a beautiful fucking spot you got here. What is this, 400 square geese or some shit? That's like some shit Americans would be like, I don't know, talk to them in geese. They're waterfowl people. They won't understand feet. I'm telling you. Talk to them in geese. Like, this is a huge pool. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, 4,000 cubic geese. Who the fuck on earth is using geese? That's why the Canadian arm didn't fit on the space shuttle. It's like, well, I'm sorry, we use it in geese. The measurement was done in geese, and I didn't know you were using the imperial system. We're using the waterfowl system that we made up. That's what we're fucking using. I don't know. To me, it was a baffling choice to speak to us. But it seems like maybe New Zealand would do, and they're like, sorry about all the geese talk, guys. Hey, you want a beer? I do love that about him, though. I mean, like, I don't know. What the hell else I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Hey, well, the cicadas are back. But I digress. The cicadas are back, and I didn't know shit about cicadas, obviously. I mean, I'm not from New Zealand or nothing. I don't know shit about cicadas. I was checking them out, and a cicada, like, on my patio furniture or something. I was like, this is a fucking cicada. And it was just like a big-ass, kind of scary-looking bug, but doing nothing. Just sitting there, and I picked it up, and it was alive, and I, like, threw it away. And I was like, so 17 years, you guys been, like, incubating, planting things, and then you come out, like, just fucking all in a sleeping bag and shit, just like, I don't know, 17 years, we come out and literally lie here. That's why you need to be banished for 17 years, because they're fucking useless. Maybe give them another 17 years, you guys will come back with some energy or some shit. Just a fucking tired out bug. You know what else I've been thinking about? I'm sure. I mean, usually it's the Q&A's after, but go. Well, you got to pee? Oh, yeah, okay. No, I don't think I will be back.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Oh, thank you. I mean, like, I don't know. Everything was going fine until the piss. That was the best. It was like, good luck. It was like, well, I mean, what, in your absence? Well, hopefully I'll hold this down without you, bro. That was... Did he ask you permission? Yeah, he's like, well, it was kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like he's like talking to a chick at the bar, and he's like, listen, if I piss, you gonna be back here? Or like, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I'm on the mic, like, I'm on the clock. I'll leave when I leave or whatever, but I mean, it really is irrelevant whether or not you're pissing. I mean, I suppose if you're pissing here, it's possible I'll leave earlier. I mean, if you piss in the club, that'll get you out. At first, I thought he said he was going to pay. I guess because his accent, I thought he was going to pay. And I was like, I don't know. You can pay me, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm right here. How are you going to pay me? I don't have any system set up. I don't want to lie to you guys. You can just give me cash if that was the way you felt. Don't feel like you need a sophisticated like a GoFundMe or nothing. You can just fund me directly. Yeah. Listen, and to tell you the truth, I will take geese because I'll take it to the Sri Lankans. I'm like, listen, if you give me a truckload of geese, I'm pretty sure I can get, I don't know, fucking. Oh, buddy,
You got
I
some
can
moon.
parlay that into going to the moon. I'm like, we gave him a truckload of geese. That motherfucker went to the moon with the Sri Lankans. I'm up there with Bezos. I beat Bezos. I'm like, I went to the fucking moon. No, I'm not a billionaire. I'm not actually doing very well. Definitely not doing well billions-wise. But me and the Sri Lankans can do almost anything. I'm doing well 7,500-wise. Managed to turn those geese into a trip to the goddamn moon. Come back with moon geese.
Hey!
Oh, you're back. You made it. What's that? No, I'm still going, but I mean, I'll grab a beer, buddy. But you probably need your beers. It's your birthday. What's that? Oh, buddy, I'll have one. Let's crack a beer. Yeah, I'll crack a beer with you. Only if you're cracking it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now we're talking.
Shotgun.
Happy birthday, brother. Oh, shotgun! I'll be like the cicadas by the end of this set. Somebody throw me off this fucking. I was gonna say when I came here, like, I'm buddies with Lars, and I've been here before. It's like, I've been here when it was just a fucking alley. What's that? No, I was not the accountant, but but thank you for that. Actually, I mean, like. No, I take it as a compliment that you think I'm accomplished enough to be the accountant of anything. Like, by and large, I'm like, I don't think I give off an accountant vibe. Like, that guy is probably, if you talk to me for long, I'm like, I don't think he's an accountant. I don't know. Yeah, this guy doesn't seem like an accountant, but he understands 7,500. He brings that up a lot. He brings up 7,500. I think he was talking about 1145 or something. Yeah, have a beer, have a fun time. Now, so this is what I was saying before you went to take a pee. When you said you were gonna piss, I thought you said you were gonna pay, and I was like, all right. But I'm like, bro, you can just pay me. Like, I was like, I'm right here. I didn't know what you meant, but I was hoping. Oh, very much. Yeah, that's more than I expected. There you go. Now, I'm sure you guys haven't been in this boat during the pandemic, but it's gone through my head. It has. Let me just see where. Okay, so I don't gotta get going before long. It's been in my head. It's a weird thing to have in your head. I've been thinking about black bird watchers. Yeah, it doesn't usually come up. I don't think really anybody's pondering black bird watchers too much. What's that?
Are the birds black or the watchers black?
In this scenario, the watchers.
Oh.
Yeah, because, that's good to clarify. Yeah, because it could be white people watching black birds. That's a different animal. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck are you talking about here? Are you talking about white people watching black birds, or are we just talking about black people watching birds? We're talking about black people watching birds. And self-identifying as bird watchers, not just a guy who sees a fucking bird or something. Like, sure, black people see birds just the same as everybody else. I mean, I don't think black people got any kind of bird blind spot or something. Like, they see them. Everybody sees them. Because this guy in Central Park, you guys probably saw the Central Park Karen chick, who was for some reason strangling her dog during a video. And I never had a dog, but I was like, they don't like to be strangled. I know that. Instinctually, I know that dogs don't like that. I've never even been around dogs, but I'm like, I don't think the dogs like that. I mean, what kind of gimp dog you got that is loving that kind of fucking behavior? It's weird to have an S&M dog. That dog, I mean, I never heard, how's a dog even going to process S&M? Like, he loves it. Like, what kind of dog is, like, I think you've gone a long way to the creation of this mental dog. So the dog, the dude is like, yo, you're not allowed to bring dogs here. And she's like, fuck you, I'm calling the cops, and like, oh my God, this black guy's harassing me, all this. And then this guy was on a number of news programs, and I didn't realize, he was stating his case well, because he wasn't even vindictive. He's like, I'm not even trying to say this fucking chick should go to jail or nothing. I'm just saying she's a bitch, more or less. You know, it's like people shouldn't be doing this shit. I was like, you know what? This guy's the best. And then he was going on, and he was like, it's difficult being a black bird watcher. And I was like, oh, wait a minute now. This guy's a black bird watcher. Which is like, yeah, it's a tough plight. I was like, well, like as if black people need more fucking problems. It's goddamn bird watching now. Is like, I imagine that would be just add a layer to the fucking thing. Now you're bird watching. Like, yeah, it's tougher for black people to watch birds. It's like, well, I never thought about that before. But I was, you think to yourself, like, you never know where racism will come into even your own psyche. Where it's like, can't imagine I would be thinking different about a black bird watcher or anything. Like, I can't imagine like having any thought one way or the other. And then I was thinking about like what are bird watchers. I was like, well, in fairness, bird watchers are just a guy creeping around in the bushes. So I'm like, I'm not 100% comfortable with black bird watchers. There's actually no race of man I'm comfortable with being a bird watcher. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with men in the bushes, period. Because men, at the best of times, 30% of men in the bushes are fucking up to no good, for sure. There is no way. None of us could be like, hey, I'm pretty sure that guy in the bushes has my best intentions at heart. That is a ridiculous thing to think. There's no race that could be like, I'm pretty sure that Chinese guy in the bushes is good. No man in the bushes. The best thing you can ever hope is he's pissing. I mean, that's the likely possibility. But, like, again, history has been filled with trouble with men in the bushes. So I just don't trust them. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm prejudiced against bird watchers, period. I prejudge them as men in the bushes. It's up to no good. But what made me think about bird watching also was like, again, not a topic I'm used to pondering. These are people. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Personally, I grew up in Toronto, I grew up in Scarborough. Personally, I've seen enough birds. I don't understand the fucking idea of like, you guys got any more birds? Everywhere I turn, there's a bird. I'm surprised there's not a bird right now. There's a bird fucking everywhere. The sky's lousy with birds, for Christ's sake. Birds everywhere. There's no chance. I'm going to go to the pearly gates or whatever and be like, well, it would have been nice if there's more birds or something. But who the fuck needs more birds? These are people like, listen, I'd really like to see more birds. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't think you're using your eyes right. They stumbled into a crew of bird watchers here. Why would you talk about our precious
Waterfowl.
the water? What? Actually, yeah, this has been a bird-heavy set. Strangely enough, rarely I'm like, yeah, the bird guy. I'm like, am I the bird guy now? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, bird guy. Right out the balcony, like he thought he could fly. That set was too good. He thought he could fly. You guys have been amazing, man. Thanks so much.
Everybody, Monty Scott, the Birdman. Mushrooms off the spot, Monty Scott. We did it, ladies and gentlemen, on Tony's birthday. One more time for, who'd you see tonight? You saw Chris Sandberg, you saw Allie Pierce, you saw Al Douglas, you saw Sabrina Douglas, and of course you saw Monty on the spot. Now, one more thing, one more piece of business we have to take care of. There's some official business that we have to take care of. One of the reasons I was able to turn this alley into a comedy alley, which, by the way, if you haven't followed yet, follow us everywhere at Laughing Vikings. You can be a part of the show here in person, at home. You can suggest ideas. Maybe you can get on stage one of these days. Don't ever do that. Don't ever. We can't break this. We can't break this. But we got to do one more thing to close out this show here. I turned Comedy Alley into Comedy Alley partly by just buying an electric kazoo. What? Did I just blow your mind, Tony? You look confused. This is a fucking electric Kazoo. Exactly. This ain't your grandpa's kazoo, buddy. Make some noise if you own a kazoo. Does anyone own a kazoo? I own an acoustic and an electric, so I'm gonna play a little tune for you. I think you guys know it. Tony, everybody. Tony. Like it's the microphone. I forgot that the kazoo is not a microphone. This is the microphone. All right. Tony, here we go. All right. DJ, kill that. Everybody, Tony! All right. Hooray! 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 I love that. That's the first time we did a good old-fashioned hip hip hooray! Who was that? Was that BK Broiler in the back on sound? Give it up for BK. That was Chris. That was Chris Sanford. Man, I don't know. I would honestly do this all night long if we could. I don't know what you guys are up to. You don't have to leave, but let's keep hanging out. Let's keep celebrating Tony. Yeah, give it up for Tony here one more time. And this is how I want to close just real quick with some wisdom for Tony. Since this is your birthday, you're finishing 1 year and you're starting another year, I assume, as you do. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I heard there's a quote I heard, and it kind of relates to the fact that this was just a regular alley. There was nothing funny about this alley 3 weeks ago, and now this has happened. We turned Alley Lemons into Comedy Alley Lemon Meringue Pie is what we've done. So you, sir, what I would like to say, I heard this quote earlier, and I'm like, I'm going to say this tonight to Tony. It's going to be this grand moment, and everyone's going to shed a single tear. Are you ready for one single tear? Don't shed more than one tear. Just a single stoic tear, and then also go, "Aww," at the end. So this is the quote I heard. You can choose faith or fear. Both of them require believing and seeing something that isn't there. The choice is yours. Yeah. Oh, single tear. Good night, everyone. We did it. Tony, everybody. Tony. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Oh shit.
I
It's alright. That was the footage.
It's all right.
My head wasn't in the way, was it?
No.
I did check. I think I was below.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
Great stuff.
Hey, that was good.
Enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I did. So it looks like, it's a good little video. Good caption.
Oh yeah. This is like HD.
Nice. Where are you going to upload it then?
It's already streaming on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Live?
Yep. Oh yeah, this is live. Everyone
Like,
can
you
hear
do
what
it
we're talking about.
Instagram, Facebook,
Oh, yeah. Everyone can
all
hear
that
this
live.
right now.
How many followers do you get?
We have 2 people watching right now. Thank you for watching at home.
They can hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah, so it's streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic night. Join us next week for Comedy Alley.